What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about the sequel to American Graffiti, More American Graffiti, released by Universal August 3rd, 1979, and is produced by Howard Kazanjian. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, and George Lucas, who is the guy who's behind Star Wars, and is written and directed by B.W.L. Norton, who's also done films like Cisco Pike, Gargoyles, Hercules and the Amazon Woman, and Baby Secret of the Lost Legend, and had a budget of $3 million and a box office earnings of around $15 million. So it was a moderate success back in the day, and yeah, so there's three storylines all going on at once in this film, sort of like the original, where we follow some of the cast that's returning, and yeah, so one of them is the guy who's like always loving cars and stuff, driving them fast down the road in the town and stuff. In the first one, he's back. He's focusing more on drag racing and falls in love with a Swedish girl who can't speak English, and yeah, which is that storyline is kind of like your basic love story of some minor comedy elements mixed in with it, and yeah, other than that, it wasn't that interesting. But then there's also the one they call Turtle, who is basically oh, uh, wants to okay the young guy who starts to join the Vietnam War, and it's not how he likes it, and he tries to find ways to get out of it. Some of it's a little bit amusing, some of it was pretty dumb and annoying, but for the most part it was pretty interesting. And then there is the young couple from the first one who they actually get married and have kids, and they have a rambunctious life and stuff. Where the wife is a stay-at-home wife, but she wants to get out and work and stuff. Where the husband doesn't want her to. Also, it's also mixed in between. I mean, the stories is the story of a is the um this one chick who falls in love with like a rock star girl, and um, yeah, he gets arrested for having pot and stuff, and she has to go to a band to try to help get him out, and then try to help him find a career in music, that goes a little haywire and stuff. Overall, some of the stories are entertaining and amusing. I like the guy's girlfriend trying to get him out of jail and then help him find a gig with another band. I enjoyed that one, and yeah, the one the one with like the husband and wife, and they're trying to solve the relationship and stuff, but she goes off to her brother's and then ends up getting caught up in an anti-war protest and stuff. Was pretty amusing, but the other two were pretty dull and yeah, not very inspiring. The Vietnam War storyline was amusing, but yeah, all these are mixed in between and stuff. It's not like one right after the other, it's mixed in between. And the worst part of this whole film is the cinematography and the way they edit it together. It has that like comic book sort of style, so you'll be like watching it and there'll be like someone talking on one point here and one little box here, then there'll be like the person listening right here, and then on this side of the screen there's going to be like random stuff going on um not elsewhere in the room and stuff, and it's like really random and dumb and annoying, and it's throughout the whole entire film. It's done a little differently. It's sort of like the movie Hulk, but yeah, that was really off-putting and annoying. And also each story it's different, so yeah, full widescreen look when they're doing drag racing, and then when it's the Vietnam War it's like a small box, like about that big, with like all black around it. Sort of like an old school film camera of like home movies and stuff look to it, which was okay. But yeah, and then it has like the comic book style for the other two, just done different ways and stuff, and weird angles and stuff. And there's a lot of trippy imagery and stuff, like flashy things on the side and things, and it was just random. You could tell it was made in the 70s. But yeah, and the acting was okay in it. The stories, like I said, were pretty dull and stuff, and overall, obviously, I'm never gonna live up to the good greatness of American Graffiti, and American Graffiti didn't even need a sequel, so I don't understand why they made it, and it was just mediocre at best. There is some funny scenes though, and some mildly amusing parts, but for the most part, it's just boring and uninspired and not really worth the time. So yeah, I'm gonna give More American Graffiti a 2.5 because there's some entertaining scenes in it, but it's definitely something I wouldn't recommend, and it's just mildly amusing compared to the original. So yeah, there's a trailer for it linked down below if you want to check it out, or if you want to relive it or something like that. That's linked down below. Also, my Instagram's always linked down below. Or post clips of films going to review in the future on my story. You should have the film title and hashtag, the subgenre film in the hashtag, so you're aware of it. Or you can also follow me on Letterbox at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the film. So yeah, follow me on one of those two to stay in the loop. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. Let me know what you thought of it. If you have any films that all you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And yeah, so too bad More American Graffiti wasn't as good as the original, which I could have guessed that, but I didn't think it was this bad as compared to it. Hopefully the next film I review is a little bit better. We'll see about that though. You never know. So yeah. But yeah, make sure you subscribe because you never know what I'm going to talk about next. And hopefully you find something interesting and odd and weird to check out together that you never thought of checking out. So yeah. All right. So till the next one, watch out for those ragtag hooligans out there. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So cheers.